Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's so wonderful to be here with you and give you some music, ours and Chip's music, other people's music. So let's start together with the first song.
That should get up on there.
Kaylin, you're popping up. We're gonna pop up there. Come together. Feel like standing.
And I'll just give you the key and then back to start off. So this is next song must be divine right order because we're going to do this next one first, but it got switched.
Just like we
So
prayed
I
this
figured,
morning,
you know, as we like to
divine
say, God had a better idea. But this one should get you a little, get your blood up.
All right. Up and say hallelujah for this day. Oh, how it blesses me. I wake up and see Spirit inside of me. Oh, how it blesses me. I'm gonna say it every morning. Thank you, thank you.
Chip and Bucky. Let's hear it for Chip and Bucky. Good morning. Good morning out in Zoom land. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you here to the best day of the rest of your life. How do you like that, huh? We've been expecting you. Thank you for not disappointing us. We have a wonderful service planned for you. And I know you have a lot of places you can be on Sunday morning, but you found yourself here. You made it. This is the place to be in Zoom land or physically here. And we're going to do what we do every Sunday. And that's, we're going to start with our vision and mission statement. It's up on the screen. And it says, we are open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. That's what we do here. And we're going to get right into it. I usually have my board president come up and do the announcements, but she's not here this morning. So I will be doing the announcements. And they're a little hodgepodge because I didn't really print them out to the last minute. So just bear with me. First off, and this isn't even on there, but we do have a new number for our pledge drive. We got another $1,000 in. So that helps us to, for the operating cost of our center for the year 2022 and 2023. We are up to $42,527. Our goal is 80 or 100,000. I put that up there because, you know, we want to think big. But this helps us to have this little thing we call church every Sunday. And we're glad that you are participating in it. Membership drive. Our community is all about you being a member here. Membership has its privileges, and it's great to be a member of something you believe in. We're doing a membership drive that there are applications over on the table and in the front table. If you've thought about being a member here, I know a lot of people have come here for a number of years and they think that just because they've been coming that they're a member. It's like, no, you have to put an application in and then the board approves you and then you get a, you know, then you're a member. But we are doing a membership drive till the end of this year and we'll start it up again next year. But if you've thought about being a member, please consider it because it does have come with certain privileges. Our fall auction update. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our fall auction was a wonderful success and we raised $1,471 for our center's Christmas party, as well as operating costs. That what we don't use on Christmas goes right back into our general fund to help us. You know, we got to keep this ball rolling, right? So a special thank you, a special thank you to our webmaster, Rhonda Lynn, who has been our webmaster for many years. And we have a new webmaster, Kara Minyard. Let's give a shout out to her. And Rhonda has done a wonderful job. She actually created the website many years ago and has maintained it for all of these years. And our new web person is going to put it out on all of our platforms universally, as well as a new platform called Meetup, which helps us get exposure in this community. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere we can be, we are. So we just want to bring your attention to look for us on social media, like us on social media, get those numbers up for us so that there's people in this community who are looking for this but don't know this is here. Just like you probably didn't know we were here until somebody said, hey, there's a great thing they're doing over there. Or maybe you drove by and saw the sign that said, welcome home. And you're like, what is that place? But welcome home. Let's see, next is upcoming events. Pop Group, People on Purpose, and Spiritual Gardeners. We're doing a yard cleanup Tuesday, November 22nd at 10:30. You're invited to show your love for our center and for Mother Earth. joining the pop group. You don't have to join the group to come help us clean the yard. But as you know, the leaves on the trees, they are a-fallen. And I got out here early this morning with my leaf blower to try to see where the path was. So we wouldn't track too many leaves inside, but we are gonna have that group November 22nd, and afterwards there will be a lunch. So bring your brown bag, stay. We're going to talk about things that affect this community and are good for the environment. I miss anything there? Are we good there?
We'll have hot soup.
Hot soup. Hot soup. Okay, come to clean leaves, stay for the soup. Let's see. Our new meditation group is starting the first Sunday of December, and it's going to be in the LEC. And it's a 15-minute meditation provided by our practitioners from 9:50 to 10:05. So you can come here at 9 and be in the book study, and it goes till 9:45, and then run over at 9:50 for the meditation, and it goes to 10:05, and then run back over here for the service and catch the music. You know, like I said, if you're bored, it's not on us. That's you. You just haven't found what's working for you. Okay. Also, there's so many things happening. Taizé service honoring holiday celebrations around the world. Wednesday, December 7th at 5 p.m. right here in the sanctuary. Practitioners Bucky Dinnerland and Treasure Wild will be doing a special Taizé service celebrating the holy days and traditional winter celebrations from many spiritual traditions all over the world. All over the world, people come together to share the abundance and beauty of the season and to share the light of love and fellowship. So a Taizé service is kind of a low-key, kind of mellow, but you guys are doing it a little different, I understand. Well, you're gonna have to come and check it out, but it is the Wednesday, December 7th at 5 p.m. Come and enjoy. I'll be home for Christmas holiday party. Sign up in the back. Save the date. It is Friday, December 16th at 6 p.m. And we are going to have food and vegetarian options and just really good food. We're encouraging people to bring their favorite dish. You know, if you make really good stuffing or you're a mashed potatoes person, bring enough to share for a few people. But we want, this is a home for the holiday type experience. So I'll be home for Christmas, holiday party. Please bring your favorite dish. The metaphysical book study I already mentioned, 9 to 9:45. We are studying Dr. Ernest H.O.M.e's book, Living the Science of Mind. And it's a great group. Soul Collage. Soul Collage, Sam, wave your hand. Sam is our awesome Soul Collage facilitator. And I'm hooked. I love Soul Collage, and you will too if you try it. You create these little cards. They're like a half sheet of paper, about this size. And you make a bunch of them, and they're all images that you love. And then you make a little deck of cards. And soon you've got all these decks of cards, and you can do it like a morning reading where you just kind of throw the cards out and see what energy you're being attracted to that day. So there's a whole explanation on the back table. I'm probably not doing it justice, but check it out. I love it, and I think you will too. Also, Sam is going to be giving us a crystal singing bowls sound bath meditation starting Sunday, December 4th, 12:30 to 2, and Friday, December 30th from 2 to 3:30, and from 6 to 7:30. Experience the healing tones and harmonious sensations of quartz crystal singing bowls with Sam. She has 7 singing bowls. She's got a crystal pyramid and a Tibetan singing bowl, each with their own unique frequency and tone for healing. So if you've ever checked this out, I just think it's great that we have all these things happening. Again, if you're bored, then, you know, just keep coming back.
December 2nd. Christmas decoration setup. That's in there somewhere.
December 2nd, this is in my second set of announcements. I hope you brought a pad to take notes with, or one to lay your head on while I do all these announcements. Let's see.
There's a sign
There is a sign up for, we're gonna be taking down the fall and putting up the Christmas, is that correct? December.
Paul is leading that.
Paul is leading that. It's December 2nd at 11 o'clock. Is there anything else I missed? Okay, I think you are up to date and up to speed. If you're not, please look in your program. There are other things in your program I may have missed. There's a lot of things happening here. We are a thriving center thanks to you and your being here, and we love you all. And we're going to go ahead and start with Chip and Bucky leading us as we sing "We Are One." So let's stand.
We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we shall live in harmony as peace has come, as we are one.
Very good.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Deborah Perdue. I'm a licensed practitioner here, and it is my absolute joy to be here and to be with all of you. And I'm just so happy to see it's filling up here since COVID. We're finally filling up again. Yay. Welcome home. Let's read the gratitude together, which is on the screens.
I am so grateful to be able to heal from any past trials and tribulations. I am home free, and so it is.
Our table practitioner is Paula Peterson, who just disappeared. Where did she go? She's in the, okay. So she is here to hold high watch for us, wherever she is. No, she's in there. And also to help you with any prayer requests you might have, and also to lead you to another practitioner, or she herself will pray with you for a short affirmative prayer after the service. So please see Paula. And I also wanted to mention, because it's going to be in our bulletin every week on the back, how to send in prayer requests, and the website will be there too. But in the meantime, in the seat in front of you, there's prayer requests. And what you do is fill it out. Paula would help you if you need any help with it, and put it in the prayer box or put it in the basket when it comes around. We'd love to pray with and for you. Will the practitioners that are available after the service for a short prayer, please raise your hand. We have 4 of us. Thank you. What are the practitioners? We decided to tell you more about what a practitioner is because thankfully we have a lot of newcomers and not everyone knows what a practitioner is. So we are the healing arm of our center. We are here to help you and serve the center. A Center for Spiritual Living practitioner is a person of high spiritual consciousness and deep understanding. We are trained in the study of the science of mind and in the art, science, and skill of affirmative prayer. Practitioners are dedicated to the cause of helping others. The Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living practitioners are licensed to practice professionally and bound by a high code of ethics to respect your privacy. So use us. We love to help you guys and we love to pray. And also, whether it's for something sad in your life or more abundance, or even just to want more joy in your life, we can help you with that as well. And the flowers, which is poinsettia for the holidays, are from Cindy. Thank you so much. Is there anyone here for the very first time? If so, please raise your hand. Reverend Steve has a welcome packet for you. Anybody else? And be sure to stay afterwards for the snacks and camaraderie. Welcome. A reminder to mute your cell phones if you haven't already. Thank you. And let's read the prayer together that's on the screen. Home can stand for healing opportunities manifest everywhere. I open my eyes to see where I need to heal and grow and evolve in spiritual freedom with deeper love and understanding, and so it is. Remain seated as we sing I Am Loved together. So before I forget, I want to say hi to the Zoomers. I didn't want to forget about you. I know you're there too. And I'm going to do a short invocation, and then I have a very short prayer for you, which we'll meditate on for a few minutes. So I am feeling and knowing the presence of spirit that is within us and all around us and everywhere equally present. And I know that each of us are absolutely connected with this presence. And I know that this Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living service is blessed and is filled with love and peace and joy and harmony. I'm so grateful for this, and so it is. So when I thought about home, I thought about Carolyn Miss's book, Entering the Castle. And some of you guys have taken her classes with me and with other teachers. Her book is really, really deep and amazing. It could be a lifelong process. But today I'm going to read you a prayer And it's a short prayer, and then we'll do some meditation having to do with it. I crossed the bridge into the silent bliss of my castle. I close the drawbridge and forbid all outside influences from entry into this holy place that is my soul. Here in my castle, I am alone with God. Under God's light and companionship, I discover the depth and beauty of my soul. I embrace the power of prayer. I open myself to divine guidance. I surrender myself to become as a channel for grace, healing, and service as God directs my life. So let's take a couple minutes and go into the silence together, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. When you're ready, open your eyes and come back into this room, and remember that the castle or home is where your heart is. It's found within you. So it's time for special music by Chip and Bucky and Reverend Stephen's fantastic talk. Thank you.
So this is a little different. It's not a song I wrote for the spiritual centers, but as I was looking through, I was naturally going to play some thankfulness songs. It's Thanksgiving. But I reflected on some of the things that Reverend Stephen's been saying for the last several weeks about home and homecoming and the sense of place and our journey here to sort of find out why we're here to begin with. And this is actually a song sort of about the hero's journey. And it's also about several real people that I knew in Alaska. In the land that he came from, there were mountains that filled up the sky, and country so wide and open, the horizon stretched beyond time. Oh, there were nights that were endless, days where the sun never set. There were rivers teeming with life, valleys silent as death, and through the years he still sees the colors, still hears the song. It's good to remember where you come from. He remembers the feeling of being alive. First breath of air when he knew he survived to go over the mountains, down through the years, chasing dreams and facing all the fears, till you come to the place where there's no in between. And all you can hope is you've learned what it means to be here. stories as old as the earth, weathered faces who laughed and knew hunger, death and rebirth. There were creatures who gave of themselves just so life could go on. There were people despite all the odds just refused to be gone. And through the years, he still hears the voices, still sees the smiles. It's good to remember the face of a child, and he remembers that feeling of being alive. First breath of air when he knew he survived to go over the mountains, down through the years, till all of the things that don't matter disappear. And you come to that place where there's no in between, and all you can hope is you learn what it means to be here. There was light that would dazzle, turning blue rivers to gold. There were nights that were magic, sky colors danced in the cold. And through the years, he still hears the drummers, still goes the song. It's good to remember where we come from. Now he closes his eyes and starts singing his song. As he lays down his head, he is smiling because he's going over the mountain where he belongs. It's good to go home, you know it's been here so long. At the end of the journey, he returns to the dream, leaving behind a spirit that shows what it means to be here. Still hears the drums, the warmth of the fire. It's good to remember all those things that inspire. Now he closes his eyes and starts singing his song. Lays down his head and he's smiling because he's going over those mountains where he belongs. It's good to go home now, he's been here so long. At the end of the journey, we return to the dream. Leave the spirit that shows what it means to be here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Chip. Let's hear it again for Chip. Well, welcome home. Are you home? Do you feel at home?
Honey, I'm home.
Honey, I'm home. Wait till your father gets home. We all heard that. So Our November theme is Living Everyday Wonder Home. H.O.M.E. The acronym is Healing Opportunities Manifest Everywhere. Healing opportunities manifest everywhere, because you take your heart wherever you go. You know, some people say, well, you know, I don't like this neighborhood anymore. I'm gonna, you know, things are happening I don't like very much, so I'm gonna move. And you take your consciousness with you. So if you don't heal it where you are, you're gonna recreate it where you go. So you might as well heal it where you are, because you're home. Not everyone looks forward to going home for the holidays. For some, home is the place that has broken us, left wounds that can sometimes be difficult to heal. And for others, home is that place of safety and belonging, or both. Home can be a challenge and it can be a triumph, depending on your state of consciousness. Either way, home is the place where healing opportunities manifest everywhere. You can fall back into the archetype of being the daughter or the son or the problem child. Or you can say, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm an adult with my parents now. We need to be adulting this. And there are some adults that don't know what that means. But that's on them. That's okay. The initiation phase of the hero's journey is how we learn to withstand and navigate the trials and tribulations that are necessary for learning and growing. The idea of home is primal among our collective archetypes. Across all ages and cultures, it can most simply be said that home is where your heart is. And like I've said each week, you know, my home that I grew up in does not exist anymore physically. It was bulldozed for a larger community to be built. But when I think back, my basement is still there. I lived in the basement of my parents' house. They had a big basement and I was, you know, 2 floors away so I could crank my music, you know. Metaphorically, home is the place that is holy to us. It's holy. It is whole. It is a place where we can risk our worst and be our best and be our unvarnished selves, knowing that we belong and that we're always going to experience unconditional love and acceptance if you grew up in that energy. And I was very fortunate that my home that I grew up in was so blessed. When I would go to other friends' houses, I didn't understand what the turmoil was all about. I would love to come back to my home where there wasn't so much fighting. There was still, you know, some disagreements. But let's begin our discovery of Everyday Wonder Home Edition, healing opportunities manifesting everywhere, with the archetype of home as both the starting place and the ending point of our journey. While many of us have a sense of what the home of our dreams might look or feel like, few of us have actually had the experience of living in our ideal home, either in the past or in the present, because of uncomfortable circumstances that we have experienced. While most of us could describe the essential elements of a healthy, happy home, there are not very many who would say that they grew up in their ideal home environment. You know, you were either had a curfew you didn't like, or you had a meal you didn't like, or you had a chore you didn't like. Unhealed childhood pain and trauma can result in adverse effects in virtually every area of our life if we don't somehow address it and fix it. And for some, people continue to be victims their whole life because they've never healed that experience. And maybe you're still working with it right now. It's quite possible that you don't even know that what happened while you were growing up is why you feel a certain way about certain things in life right now. Some could continue the victim consciousness, but I would like to invite you to raise your consciousness above the victimhood of your experience. Our traumas need not define us. We define ourselves and the role we assign traumas in our lives. Because home becomes the place where healing can begin. And healing can stay. Your healing can stay at home. And you take it out into the world. And hopefully you're healing others with it. The task for us is in facing our inner dragons as part of the hero's initiation. It is a necessary and transformational part of our journey that results in psychological and spiritual maturity. H.O.M.E in Living Without Fear on page 40 says, there is this question, however, which naturally arises. Why all the suffering, sorrow, and pain? Why has tragedy accompanied the journey of the human being? Again, our imagination may answer this question in somewhat reasonable manner. There is no way through which true individuality can evolve. Man must be let alone to discover himself, else be compelled arbitrarily to follow one road, in which case he would be an automation and not an individual. Again, that's Ernest Holmes, Living Without Fear, page 40. Everything we need for this journey of evolution already exists within us and all around us. You are on that journey right now, if you know it or not. Maybe you felt like you completed it and you're good, I'm all good, I completed all those home problems. But sometimes something comes up when you least expect it. Maybe there's no ripe avocados and you curse them. People wonder why you're so upset about avocados in the store. But that's an old thing coming up for you possibly. When we begin to live in faith, that life is conspiring with us. Life reciprocates by leading us to the resources, people, and places that need to bring about our inner healing. The belief and faith that everything is happening for a greater good and that we have all we need to prevail develops resilience that allows one to thrive in the face of any adversity. Again, the belief and faith that everything is happening for a greater good. Can you believe that the challenge you're walking through right now is part of your healing? It's a different consciousness to be in than the victim of, oh, it's happening to me. It's happening because there's something to be known. Which leads me to my 3 talking points. Family visits. For many, family visits can be a time of recreation and renewal, recreation. As people gather with their family and friends, with expectations of shared love, laughter, and lots of home-cooked favorites. And for others, the mere thought of returning home can evoke a hodgepodge of negative emotions. We may feel sadness or shame or anxiety or anger. Visiting home can remind us of loved ones who have made their transition and left the family fold. We may also be reminded of the past or present dysfunctions in family that can be uncomfortable or even toxic. For many, it is likely to be some combination of all these things, because home is where the heart is. It is often the place where hearts are most bruised and possibly broken. Number 2, family events. They can either be a stumbling block or a stepping stone. The events that bruise and break our hearts as children can be stumbling blocks that can have lifelong impact on our development and life experience, or they can be the stepping stone that lifts us into higher consciousness. And it's your choice. You get to see it as you've always seen it, or raise above in consciousness to see what is trying to be relayed. What is the message that is trying to be conveyed to you? It's not what's happening to you. It's how you use the energy that makes the difference. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm not minimizing some deep lifetime traumas that you may have experienced. We all have had a trauma or something that bruised or broke our hearts. And unfortunately, this is part of our life experience. When I get to go to the other side, I'm gonna, try to work that out so it's not so brutal on us in this plane of existence. But until then, we have this situation where people let us down. People have let us down. People have disappointed us. And in such cases, it's good to seek out the assistance of a therapist or a counselor or a life coach or someone to assist us to work through these deep psychological wounds, to clear that energy. Maybe call a practitioner or a minister. My practitioner's like, yeah. But if we sit with what happened and don't have any outside input in what it may be, we will always get the same result. That's insanity, is, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So call in somebody new who's not attached to the energy of the situation that you are. They may be able to go, oh, have you thought about this? And see it in a different light. And that's where the healing can come in. Again, I don't want to minimize any deep psychological wound you may have, but I don't want you to be trapped there either. There is a solution. There is a way out. And the sooner you at least invite your mind to know that you are in a healing energy now, the healing can begin. But we must let go of the rock in the middle of the ocean because there's a beautiful beach there. But I've been hanging on to this rock for so long, it has my claw marks in it and it's familiar to me. You must let go and drift because there is a beach waiting for you. Trust me, I've have my own rocks in my life. But in this metaphysical teaching, we believe that if energy flows where our attention goes, it's best not to dwell on the past hurts and pains of our past in our life. We have to let go. We need to turn away. And this isn't to deny that it happened. It's not to give it more energy. If worry could have healed anything, we wouldn't be here. We've all over-worried, haven't we? But we need to look to find the reason behind the challenging situation so that we can work through it. If we don't work through it, have you ever had something you thought you healed and then it comes around again? You're like, same song, different verse, a little bit louder and a little bit worse. It's like, I thought I healed this thing. Why is it coming back? Because there's something else to be known. There is more healing in store for you, which is a good thing. If we could only look at it like that, but we're like, oh, no, I've dealt with this before. What is the gift that this challenging situation is trying to give you? They talk about wrestling with our angels. Just stop wrestling. Just call uncle. Or are you too proud to give up the fight? It's up to you. We are either part of the challenge or we're part of the solution. It's up to you to decide. If it's meant to be, it's up to me to change it. You are the common denominator in all of your challenges. Think about it. And all of your triumphs. You did that. You made that happen. You got that job. You quit that job. Everyone blesses us, some coming into our life and some leaving. As my mentor said, there are some people that you have to let them know that their good is elsewhere and for them to go there quickly. Because, right? Because I love you enough to let you go. Which brings me to my third point. Let the healing begin with your faith. Can you believe that the faith that you have and what you believe created you is enough to heal you? When you got that little cut on your finger, did it heal? It healed. There is no big or small to the mind that made all. It can heal anything, but we have to give it over. We have to have the faith. Those who experience challenges in childhood, beginning in the initiation phase of the hero's journey, before they even physically left home, the impact of childhood trauma can be a lifelong journey of healing, revealing the truth as we heal. Well, we have to look for the healing. Have faith that it can happen. If you need to borrow some of my faith, I have a whole bunch. You go ahead and borrow my faith because I believe. I don't just believe, I know. I've worked this energy. There is a way to heal, no matter what it is. And again, I'm not going to minimize what you may be walking through, but I'm not going to maximize it either. When somebody asks me how I'm doing, I say better and better. This isn't to deny that I may not be feeling perfect, but it's to invite the energy of healing into the situation. Others may only survive, but learn to thrive in the face of diversity. No matter what your challenge may be, you can make the difference. You are the deciding point if you're going to be a victor or a victim. Researchers have identified the protective and resilient factors that allow children and families to move through challenging circumstances and emerge even stronger. Perhaps the biggest factor in overcoming life challenges for children and adults is the strength and quality of their social connections. You got up and went to church today, or the center. You want to interact. You are part of your healing. Just your decision to step into this room, for some of us over and over again, because we know that there is good and we want it. We want things to work in our life, don't we? Having faith that things will work is the beginning of that. Have faith that this too shall pass. You know, Dorothy made it back from the Wizard of Oz because of the love and support of her friends, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, the Cowardly Lion, as well as the supernatural invention of Gilda, the Good Witch. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Click those heels. There's no place like home. Because there is no place like home in your heart. The simplest word to create a healing energy around any challenging situation is faith. And I looked for great acronyms for faith, and I found this one that I like. Food always in the home, F-A-I-T-H. You know, hey, that's have faith. Go out and cook yourself a good dinner. Go out and have a dessert. Those who overcome great obstacles have faith. Faith that they live in a friendly universe. Faith that their capacity to prevail over circumstances, and faith that any and all circumstances can be used for greater good. The hero emerges when the individual uses their inert power to overcome their greatest challenge, using their newfound faith and a new understanding to serve a cause greater than yourself. You can't keep it inside. You have to share your love and your faith. So in conclusion, Carl Jung coined the term wounded healer to describe the archetype of those who transcended hardship and suffering and use their wisdom and understanding to help facilitate the healing of others. The hardship or wound can be anything from an actual physical energy or illness to the loss of one's earthly possessions. You may recognize wounded healers all around you, or not. And they come in the guise of the social worker whose brother died of an overdose, the AA sponsor, the asthmatic child who becomes a nurse, or the domestic violence survivor who raises money for the homeless shelter and runs a support group. All of these people have transformed their pain and suffering into an agent of compassion using healing. That is why we're here. Your experience of the challenge that you walked through was the catapult that moved you into that fourth dimensional energy of wanting to do something good in the world. While the circumstances leading to our wounds may be unique to each individual, the experience of pain is universal. And I say, pain is mandatory, but staying there is your choice. You don't have to stay in the pain. No one escapes life's challenges. How we use those challenges is what defines us. Change your thinking, change your life. It is through our personal wounds that we gain access to the inner strength that empowers, heals, and ultimately blesses us. And so it is.
So it is.
Time for follow our teaching and go within. So let's just take a moment and remember who we are. Go ahead and close your eyes if that works for you, or take a soft focus on the candles or something that takes you to that place of home for you. So bringing to the forefront of consciousness what you choose to call the energy that created you. You can call it God or Great Spirit, or you fill in that blank. But I think we can agree that there is a healing energy that is always on. And as we align ourselves and unify as that healing energy in form, we activate it. And a healing has already begun right here and right now in this situation, in your situation, in your life. I may not know what you're walking through, but I know that God does. I know that the Christ consciousness put it there to catapult you into a new understanding of yourself. So as we turn away from whatever the challenge is, again, not to deny it, but not to feed it any more power, we turn into the solution. We turn into the healing. We activate those molecules within our body that send the healing energy to those places that need that love. And in our experiences, we turn into love. We literally are turning into the love that we seek, for it always comes from within. Something powerfully wonderful is happening as who and what you are right now. Use the yoga energy to move the energy into the healing arena where it does the best work in your life? What is your miracle? What is your healing? And only you can answer that question. My work is to know it can be done. So I hold that space for each one of us. I hold that energy open and available as each one of us moves individually and collectively into our own personal healing, which in turn is the healing of everything that is. So we give great thanks. We live in the gratitude of our divine demonstrations, and we let go. We release this word directly into that energy of healing where it is already done. As we affirm this together by saying, so it is. Amen. Okay. It's time for our offertory ideas about sharing. So if you'd like to grab your gift and put it on your heart, let's recite this together. In divine circulation, I gladly and freely give my gift to the center, just as the center keeps giving back to me. And so it is. Chip. Okay.
Part of that, it's of course Thanksgiving, but it's also, and part of the reason I played the last song was, it's also Indigenous Peoples Month. And but this is, thought I would also do some Thanksgiving or thankfulness songs. Get that little metal thing. Thank you. This is a song that sort of goes to what Reverend Steve just said. We're not meant to do this whole thing alone. And I get to play this song about once a year, so I don't like to miss the chance. And it's the Thanksgiving song.
The harvest song.
Seasons change and times go by. We see the world, we look inside, we choose our path, watch our lives unfold. We hold the future in our hands, we do the very best we can. We plant the seeds, then we let them grow. So come, my friend, come and gather round. The seeds that we have planted fell on fertile ground. And take my hand. We do not work alone when we bring in the harvest of the love that we have sown. turn, we learn to pray. We pray, we learn that we are part of everything there is. We feel the sun, we touch the earth, we plant the seeds of our own rebirth. We take what we need, give what we can give, and we fear the drought, and we wait out the storm, and though we doubt, we learn that life is stronger. So come, my friend, come gather round. The seeds that we have planted fell on fertile ground. And take my hand, we do not work alone. When we bring in the harvest of love that we have sown. We hear the hungry people cry, bow our heads, we wonder why, but surely there's a better way to go. Can always make a start, plant the seeds within our hearts, become a garden that can grow. And we believe the rains will come, and life will rise once more to bless. So come, my friends, come and gather around. The seeds that we have planted fell on fertile ground. And take my hand, we do not work alone. Bring in the harvest for the love that we have sown. And all of our friends, they're calling to us now. So walk with me a moment on this sacred ground and give thanks as we head for home, bringing in the harvest of love that we have sown.
Thank you, Chip and Bucky. That was just beautiful. All right, well, it's time to say a blessing about our offering today. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. They do good work in this community, in this world. They bless the giver and receiver and allow this Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living to be open and available for those who are choosing to remember who they are, and even those that may not know it yet. And for this community is blessed. So it is.
So it is.
All right, let's stand up and sing our final song.
Oh, it's one more Chip song today.
Yay!
got a lot of And we are so grateful. We'll sing this a couple times through.
And you should,
I think the words will come up.
yes, you should come up.
Here we
Okay.
go.
And I'm not necessarily a meditator, but I advocated, and Steve invited you to join the group. Because when I finally tried it, a former minister said, just do it for 5 minutes, it's okay, just do it for 5 minutes. And Bucky came home about 45 minutes later, I was sitting in the chair, and she said, is that everything okay? I don't know when I've seen you like, I don't think I've ever seen you like this. And
So this is the song that came out of it, right?
I tried to come out of the meditation and got myself scared because I couldn't. And you never know what happens. This is what was waiting.